Hello and welcome to this video where I'm gonna show you how to automate and outsource the whole Instagram appointment setting process so that you don't have to do anything about it, and show you exactly how I managed to do so and scale it up to multiple accounts on Instagram. Alright, without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing you need to figure out on Instagram is how to get leads, right? You are not gonna get anywhere without any leads on Instagram, so let me show you just a few quick little strategies how to do so and how to get leads on demand. Then I'm gonna show you how to actually automate this process so that you don't have to worry about leads yourself, and everything will be covered for you. Alright, so there are a couple of ways you can find leads on Instagram. Firstly is going to these profiles. This was wrong one. Mode. So for example, in my niche marketing, you go to some big guy in the niche and you can start by scraping his followers, right? I've already made video about this before, where you just copy this URL, paste it once again, then you see it in this view. You can use the tool Instant Data Scraper to try to locate the followers, and just click infinite scroll and it will start crawling and getting these people into the sheets, right? And start scraping those people. That is one strategy we can use. Now the next one is to just see and try to think where is your target audience hanging out, like what profiles are they following. All right, you can either find this by going on their profiles and seeing who they are following, all right, or you can just think, okay, maybe they are using awesome tool in common and that they are going to be using. In this case, for agency owners, it's going to be Go High Level. This is what most of them are using. So for example, you can scrape these followers, or you can look who they are following, right, and scrape these followers as well. Or you can just scrape their engagements, but in this case it doesn't really look like they are getting too much engagements here. The last strategy you can use is go and search for these smaller accounts that have around like 20,000 followers but are relevant, and you can actually scrape these their followers as well, okay, using the same tool, Instant Data Scraper. You just try another table until you find them and you start crawling. Alright, now you probably know this process already. I'm just gonna show you to complete this. Once you get the list, you just copy it all, right, and you know what to do at this point. Now that is the thing, but how do I actually automate this, right? In this whole video I'm gonna show you how to automate things and outsource it, alright, because you cannot really automate everything. So for example, this type of lead sourcing, there needs to be someone doing it. Alright, you just cannot have software doing this all for you at this point. What you can do is, if you are, for example, influencers, people like that, there are databases right there that you can use and just scrape like huge amounts of like leads from. So for example, like Modash or Upload.ai IO is also gonna be useful for you if you are targeting these bigger fishes. But if you are on budget, you can always use the Instant Data Scraper and do it manually, alright? But now how do I automate it is by actually hiring a virtual assistant, alright? And this virtual assistant is gonna be scraping the leads for you, alright? So the exact way how you did it, how you are scraping the leads, they are gonna do it themselves. And how do you actually teach them, right? You need to create some SOPs, standard operating procedures, for them to follow your exact process. So for example, you can set up a document where you have the accounts you've scraped, maybe the comments you've scraped, right, so that they don't scrape the duplicates. And then you maybe have some master sheet where they insert these prospects and you grab from them and just automate the whole process, all right? So that's the first step, that is the lead sourcing. Now let's get into the next one. All right, so the next step is gonna be automating the message sending, right? And we already got the leads, we already figured out how to automate this whole process. Now we just need to send out a message. So the tool that I'm going to recommend here is going to be called IGDM Bot. It's cost like $10 to $15, and you just import the leads here, you send them in the bulk. I've made plenty of videos about this. Right now this video is more about teaching you how to automate / outsource this whole thing. So you just run a campaign here with IGDM bot and run the messages, right? So this is the next step that we are gonna follow. And the next step here is gonna be automating the replies and follow-ups, right? So if you are smart and if you want to get good results with any type of outreach, you need to be tracking. So I've already made a video about this as well, is how to track your outreach in 2024, and you can use this specific track sheet that I've created for you guys for free. And the way you use it is every time you get a reply from people, you just track it, right? So let's say got a reply from this guy, Jacob, right? So I insert Jacob, the link, date that they engage, right? This automatically sets up for me. And now you want to be tracking those prospects so that then you can follow up with them, all right? And again, you're going to be doing this yourself initially. So start on one account, prove that you're actually that your idea works, that you are getting some clients out of one account, and then scale it to multiple accounts, right? Already made videos about how to scale it up to multiple accounts. Not going to go into too much of a detail here, but you still need to be tracking even if you have multiple accounts, right? And this is what the VA is going to be doing as well. So the software is going to be sending out the messages for him initially, but then it is his job to, first of all, follow up with the people, second of all, reply to the messages, and third of all, to actually book a calls for you, right? Now, the only way he's able to do that is if you already do it before him, and then you record some videos, some SOPs for him that he can just duplicate and do it himself, all right? Now, the way you do that is you need to set up a script, all right? The VA is probably not going to be coming up with the responses on the spot. That's not a really good strategy. So let's use this example here. Like, you need to set up some sort of document where the VA actually has all of the possible answers that that these prospects can reply to him, and all of the answers that he should send to them, right? So you can have like different variations of the openers and the possible answers to the first question, right? So in this case, we have like 8 different answers to the question for one of my clients. And so as you can see, you need to eliminate all of the guessing work out of the VA's job, all right? So that then he's just able to go through the document, reply exactly how you want it to do. I highly recommend you to babysit them in the beginning, all right? So if they just start working for you, go through the messages some of the times in the beginning, because in some cases you might see that the VA might didn't like really get the job and didn't really understand what you wanted to do, what he is supposed to be doing, all right? So then you need to go through these messages, through these things that he's doing, and double check if he's doing the right thing. If he's doing the right thing, you double down on him and you let him rest. You let him do the work. If not, then you need to talk to him again and try to make him get on the same page, all right? And then also some follow-ups, questions, right, that the prospects might have that might not even be covered in the script. The next step is actually going to be automating the whole appointment booking process, right? So these VAs need to be able to book a call for you, and this is where the script will help them out tremendously. And you need to set up this whole funnel, let's say, where the prospects gets from a cold prospect where you reach out to him, and from the prospect that has actually booked the call and showed up to the call. And VA is going to help you out through all this process. So you only need automation tools for scraping, all right, that the VA is going to use manually most of the times. If you're using influencers, you can grab some, I don't know, lead lists, things like that. But for most of you, it's probably going to be scraping that manually. And then you need an automation to send out the first message so that the VA doesn't have to do that by himself and can save time on and focus on follow-ups and replying to the messages, all right? Now, when we have this all covered, what we do is we scale the operation, right? So once you establish the proof of concept, you are booking plenty of calls out of just one account, then like the easiest thing you can do is just duplicate it, all right? So you buy 9 accounts, you buy, I don't know, 1, 5 to 10 accounts, you set them up, you start a warm-up process or record a video on that before, and then you have the VA manage it, right? So this is actually, I'm gonna show you something that I have not shown before, and this is how you can set it up in the cloud. All right. So for if you want to have like a perfect strategy to do this is to use some sort of Windows remote desktop. All right. You have hide my account, and then you have open up all these browsers that are constantly running the automation. All right. So you don't have to go every single day, click on browser, click on the automation, let it start. The automation will just run on its own, and if you just let it be in this some like virtual machine that is running all the time, you don't have to close the browsers can be always open, and the VA, the only thing he has to do is he just has to like open up the account like this, reply to the messages, check the messages. He can actually be having tracker for each of the accounts right here, so that he can be tracking replies, follow-ups, things like that. But like as you can see, he has access to all of the accounts. He doesn't have to worry about sending out the messages. The only thing he has to worry about is to reply to them, follow up with them, book a call with them, and then this is where you are gonna take off, right? So they are gonna do this whole process for you. The only thing you need to do is actually communicate with the VA a lot in the beginning, especially. You want to build up a solid relationship with him, because he'll be handling a lot of the things that you don't want to do, and you need to make sure that he's doing the correct job, right? Especially when handling like huge amounts of accounts. So like per one VA, you can go as far as to like 200 accounts, all right? So you can handle up to 200 accounts on Instagram, let's say, and then he can be booking calls. But if you're not booking any calls per day with 20 accounts on Instagram, you're doing something bad, right? Because if you're sending 1,000 DMs a day and you're not booking anything, that means that your script or your leads or anything must be just terrible, because you are not booking anything, all right? So there are still a couple of variables that you need to account for when trying to optimize your Instagram outreach strategy, and I'm gonna cover those in the next videos: the Instagram profile setup, the script that you should use, and the overall just strategy, how to be more efficient, not really try to justify everything with volume, and try to focus on quality and things like that. All right, so you can buy a cloud solution. It costs like I don't know, $10-20 a month, where you can just connect when you can just download the Hide My Account. From that point on, you just open the browsers, you run the automation, you teach the VA how to do all of this, you give him access to the cloud, then he runs it for you, he replies for you, he follow-ups for you, and he books the calls for you. So this is like essentially what you want to do, the end result, right? The end result is that he is going to be booking the calls for you. So this is the exact process. I've made plenty of videos detailing exactly these separate strategies. So how to automate the sending, how to use the tools, how to use multiple accounts browsers, how to buy accounts, how to set up proxies, all of this. So feel free to go through my channel, and I'm going to continue on with this series so that you can get the whole scope on this channel and don't have to go anywhere else to get great results with your Instagram outreach. Alright, so this is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and leave me a feedback of what you want to see next. And by the way, if you have not already, join our free community in the description below, and I'll see you there. See you next one.